Hello, I'm Nazmin and today I'm going to make a frangipan pie. To make the pastry, we will need 250 grams of chilled butter, that's really important, and we will need 275 grams of plain flour and 1 egg to combine. So in the bowl, add your flour and your chilled butter. Now, what you need to do is mix this butter and flour together until it's got the breadcrumb texture. Now what that's doing is just mixing the butter and the flour together, so it will be easy for us to combine it together, but the only thing that we're missing is the egg, so we're going to put that in later. And also what I forgot to mention is we need the sugar, so I'm going to add that now before the eggs. Now it's time to add the egg. So this will combine the sugar, butter and the flour together and make a lovely dough. So I'm just going to mix that now. So now that it's done, I've put in the sugar, flour and the butter and also the egg to combine it all together. So now what we need to do is form a ball and chill it in the fridge for 30 minutes. So I'll show you how to do that now. Okay, so what I've done now is wrap this lovely pastry in cling film, and I'm going to put this in the fridge for 30 minutes for it to chill, so we can roll it out and we can maintain the structure of the pastry when we apply it onto the tin. So I'll see you later. So now what I've done is I've greased the pan, so it's all covered with butter. So now what I'm going to do is get the pastry out from the fridge, because it's been in there for more than 30 minutes because I had to go out, but let me just get the pastry out now. So I've got this pastry out from the fridge. It's been chilling for more than 30 minutes because I had to go out, but if you leave the pastry in even overnight, it's better because the more you leave it in the fridge, it prevents the pastry from shrinking when you put it in the oven. So now what I'm going to do is put this lovely pastry into this pan. But before this, we're going to roll out the pastry. So I'm just flouring the desktop here so it doesn't stick. So when I've rolled the pastry out, I'll show you how it looks like. So I've rolled out the pastry, and this is how big I'm going to make it because my pie pan is 23 centimeters, so that's 9 inches. So what I'm going to do is place the pastry onto the pan. So now what we're going to do is place this pastry onto the pan, so you really need to be gentle. So roll it onto the rolling pin. Let's just move that forward so it's easy for me to, and then there we go. So when you've got the pastry in the pan, you need to gently drape it in. Not push it in, just drape it in like this slowly. And if you've got a patterned pie dish, just press onto the sides of the pan. And remove any excess. So what I'm going to do is get a butter knife and remove all the excess. So how you do this is from this side of the pan, what you need to do is carve the edges. There we go. And if you make a mistake, if there's any holes in the pie, what you need to do is the extra parts that you've got here, just squash them onto the pastry, and it shouldn't look like a patchwork because it sticks together. So I'm just going to use my finger and press in. And as I said, if you leave the pastry to chill for a long time, it prevents the pie crust to shrink, because when it shrinks it doesn't really look nice. So now what we're going to do is blind bake this pastry. So before we can put this into the oven, we're going to make some holes with the fork. So this helps the pastry from lifting up. So we're going to make a lot of holes in the pie. And do the sides as well, because these tend to puff up too. So now what we're going to do is get some grease paper and scrunch it up. So scrunch up like this. So it will be easy to place into the pie. And what we're going to do is place it into the dish. And if you've got any types of beans, like for example kidney beans, also lentils, pastas, rice, we put this into the dish so again it doesn't puff up. So this helps it level the pastry. So get the sides as well. I like this type of beans. It's called black-eyed beans, and this it doesn't burn too much, whereas if you put rice it burns really quickly. So one advice that I can give you, use black-eyed peas. That's what I use, or kidney beans are good. So what I'm going to do now is place this lovely pie crust into the oven for about 35 minutes at 180 degrees. So when that's done, I'll show you what to do next.